What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're gonna be on my favorite website. That website is called stake.us. If you're new and you've never been on stake.us, go ahead and use my code FAST. That will give you 25 sweep coins and 250,000 gold coins, so you could practice the strategies before you go ahead and run them on the sweep coins. All sweep coins are redeemable. Also, that puts you in the VIP program, which gets you monthly, weekly, and daily bonuses. And there's VIP levels that you can, different tiers that you can climb, which gives you additional and bigger bonuses. Anyways, we're gonna be on a game called Limbo, and the strategy is a little bit risky, but I think you guys will have a lot of fun doing this strategy. So let's give it a shot. And the goal is, like I said, to make 20%. And when we make 20%, we are gonna call it a day. And this is kind of like a part 2 of the Limbo strategy I did a few videos back. If you haven't seen it, go find that video a few videos back from this one, and you will see what I'm talking about, where I kind of already dabbled in this style of strategy, but now this is a kind of more revised version of that strategy that works, I think, a little bit better and a little bit less risky, but still very risky. So again, do this responsibly, but it is a good strategy to make a quick 20% and move on. Anyways, I'm going to be done rambling. Let's jump into the video. All right, so hopping over to Stake, Limbo, we have our graph open. I will say this, the graph lately, last few days, has been pretty laggy, and if it's going to continue to be laggy, it is what it is. We're just going to have to reference our balance as a way to keep track of our wins and losses. But if the graph is going to be working, that's great. I like to have this My Games section open. That way, if I need to reference what our last wager was, I can always scroll down and see what our last bet was. Also, I like to turn on instant play animations off when I'm running the automated portion of this strategy. I always like to have instant play on, and then when I do the manual, I turn instant play off, and it'll all make sense here shortly. Okay, so here's how the strategy works. We're gonna select our increase on win, and we're gonna set it to 25%. We're gonna set it to negative 25%. I'm sorry, and then our on loss increase by 25%. Okay, so this is how you want to set it up. 4 is your multiplier, and then your stop on net gain needs to be 50 cents, and your stop on loss needs to be $5. Very, very simple, and basically should get us some good profit. Instant play is on, and we're just gonna start the strategy. Let's go. Before we start this video, if you're new to Stake and want to try these strategies, go ahead and hit on settings, offers, and for the welcome offer, put in the code FAST. This will instantly activate monthly and weekly rewards, as well as enter you into Stake's VIP program and get you a bonus of $25 Stake cash with 250,000 gold coins. After you verify your email, you can claim your bonus. Now let's jump back into the video. As you can see, our stop loss was just now triggered. All right. So how you want to recover from this, and how I would recover from this, and how I usually recover from this is basically I go to manual mode. I turn off instant play just so we can, not make any mistakes, because you really have to pay attention here. I go down and I kind of just take a look at our losses and how many losses we have. And it looks like we have a pretty good streak of losses here in a row, right? So in this scenario, since we have a pretty good streak of losses here, that doesn't mean the losses can't continue. It can give as much as 40 losses in a row. You just never know. Again, like I said, it's still gambling. It's all fully random. And so because that it is random, you have to kind of take some precautions. So what I like to do in this case is I like to note what our highest point of the balance was, which was 101, 103 and 54 cents. And we're currently at 99.46. So we're going to go back on our wager one time. Okay, we're going back on our wager one time, and what we're gonna do is we're going to manually spin it twice. Okay, 1, 2, we got the hit. Since we got the hit, we're gonna go back one more time. Every time we get, so basically every 2 losses we increase, every win we decrease 1, unless I, again, some gut intuition kicks in here. If I feel like too many wins are coming where I'm decreasing the bet too fast and the recovery slows down the recovery, sometimes when it gets to the super low wagers, I might not fully decrease the bet right away. So anyway, let's just keep going. So we decrease our bet, and we're gonna keep going. 1, 2, multiply, 1, 2, multiply, 1, 2, multiply, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, so we got the hit. As you guys can see, we're still not fully recovered, but because there was such a big dry point between those 2 winning wagers, I'm going to go back twice once again, right? This is where some of the logic kicks in, right? You can't fully rely on the strategy where, you increase every 2 losses, and then you decrease on every win. So you also have to use some logic. And this is where my logic kicks in, is we had, I think a dry streak is coming. And so because of that, I'm actually going to go back twice instead of only once. Even though I'm only supposed to go back once right now to $2.08 as a wager, I'm going to go back twice. So my wager is going to be $1.04. Anyways, and now from here, I'm going to start tracking my losses and wins again. One. All right, but we got a win and we're actually at a profit. So we got a win and we're a profit. Yes, we could have bet the 208 and got the win, and you know, great, that would have been more profit. But again, you have to kind of use some logic and not get carried away. That is what I'm trying to teach you guys. Don't get carried away. Don't chase it. It's okay if you have a little bit of a loss. Just as long as you have a great recovery method, there's no reason to stress when you have a loss. Like I said, here we decreased by 1 when we hit the stop loss on autoplay. And we decreased it to 50 cents, but we still went up to $4. Like I said, the loss streak can continue. We could have not had that win, and it could have been all losses up to this point. So you just have to always be mindful, right? Let's just be smart, guys, and responsible. Anyways, now that we got that win, we're going to go back to auto. We're going to reset back to base, and I'm just going to keep playing it like this until we make 20%. And that's kind of what I wanted to show you guys. I wanted at least one stop loss to hit just so I can show you guys how that recovery method works. But now that you guys seen that, I'm going to keep playing it, hopefully make my 20%. If another stop loss situation occurs, I will slow it the sped up portion of this video. Alrighty guys, another stop loss is triggered. We were so close to our 20% profit, but another stop loss is triggered. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to manual mode, and I'm going to go back twice and hopefully recover it to our $20 profit, which is our 20% goal. And like I said, at this point, it almost seems like, oh, I could keep doing this strategy. You know, we didn't have any really crazy dips. All the recoveries went smoothly. I'm pretty sure this recovery will go smoothly again. And we could, you know, try to push our luck, and, you know, we could get lucky and we could keep going. Like I said, I've had this, you know, when I've been bored and just testing this strategy before I filmed with a low balance of $100. I've been testing this. I've taken $100 to 1,000, right? I don't recommend it though, because you can get a little bit carried away when it gets to that point. And, you know, I started doing stuff a little bit just kind of crazier. And like I said, I'm the type of person that likes to be safe and smart. And like I said, if all you have is $100 as your entertainment budget, I would say this is how I would do it. Just take your 20% profit always, anytime you can. And like, if you have seen the last video, we couldn't even get to our 20% profit. So at that point, we decided to call it because we had some pretty gnarly dips. So you just have to always kind of wager your options, be responsible, and be smart. We did have this kind of nice consistent streak of smooth wins here, but nothing crazy drastic happened yet. And I don't think this is going to be our big crazy drop, but it just might. You never know. Either way, now we just need to recover it. We're going to slow it, turn instant play off. We're going to see what our situation looks like down below. Let's take a look here. And it looks like our losses are starting to increase. So maybe it's going on a little bit of a loss streak, especially after this kind of smooth ride here. So we'll go down to 40 cents, and we're going to, we'll go down to, yes, 40 cents. 40 cents is good. We'll start with 40 cents and we'll just keep going from there. One. Oh, well, we got a win. So we're going to go back one, 2, multiply, 1, 2, multiply, 1, 2, go back 1, 2, multiply, 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 1, 2. All right, and we got that hit. Even though we're only supposed to divide our balance, our wager amount here by 1 time, and we should be at 672, just because it is seeming like it's going into a loss streak, and that was a much bigger dip than I expected. I'm actually going to go back all the way to 84 cents, and hopefully that's enough to recover us, and hopefully that gets us to our 20% target profit. And at that point, I'm not even going to start Autobot. We're just going to take that profit and call it there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, and we did get the hit. We're still not a profit, so I'm going to go back twice just to be safe. 1. Oh, and we did. There you go. We made 21% 1% profit from our initial starting balance of $100. We're now at 121.67. That dip was kind of a good telltale sign to say, hey, you know what? It is what it is. Take that profit and run. Even actually, after we got that hit on $12, I did a $12 wager there. I should have just called it after that, but I'm just showing you guys, that was a pretty decent loss streak, although it can get crazier. The loss streaks can get crazier. I'm telling you guys, you have to be mindful. You have to use some logic, pay attention. If your graph looks a little too perfect like it did here, things like this can happen. And if it was too perfect for a much longer period of time, this drop right here could have been much worse. I am telling you guys that. I only had a few more wagers that I could have went up before I would have ran out of balance. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. That was a lot of fun to make. Again, if you're new to stake.us or any stake really, and you haven't signed up, use my code FAST. That will give you some perks and bonuses, add you to the VIP program, and give you a weekly, daily, monthly bonuses, as well as a little bonus when you use my code of 25 stake coins and 250,000 gold coins. And any sweep coins that you get from stake, you can cash out instantly. You don't have to wager them, which is really crazy and awesome. Nobody else does that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe what you want to see. And also, if you are a returning viewer and you want to comment down below telling me what you guys think of the video, or if you have other ideas or opinions, also don't forget to join the Discord, which is also in the description, where you can go in depth and tell me strategies, and maybe if strategy we might use in a video, go ahead and do that. That is in the description, the Discord, where we can talk a little bit more and get to know you guys. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thanks again so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next video. Peace.